Good afternoon, Kelly. All eyes are on President Trump as he prepares to give his first State of the Union address. Now, the last time he addressed Congress was back in February, shortly after his inauguration, but that's not considered a State of the Union. Now, there's no time limit on how long he can speak tonight. Back in 2000, President Bill Clinton set the record for the longest address at just under 90 minutes, while the shortest goes to President Ronald Reagan back in 1986 at just 31 minutes. President Trump's speech back in February, just over an hour. But it's not how long he'll speak tonight, but what he will say in that room that has Washington and the rest of the country on the edge of their seats. We spoke with some local Pennsylvania representatives here in Washington about what they're hoping to hear from the president tonight.
I think he got a chance to make a course correction if he wants to make the course correction. But I hate to tell you, history has shown that that's not been his behavior or his style.
Ahead of the president's first State of the Union address, Congressman Dwight Evans says this could be the time for Trump to lead a more bipartisan agenda.
Issues such as education, issues such as environment, issues such as energy, issues such as the economy, what I call the 4 E's, are very important, and those are the things that I hope to be working on. But we need to do it as bipartisan, not as Democrat versus Republican.
Fellow Pennsylvania Congressman Scott Perry agrees that education and affordability are among the things that people will be looking to hear from the president as he lays out his plan for the coming year.
If you're just graduating college, are there opportunities out there for me to do the job that I want to do, to have the career that I want? Can I afford it?
Perry, a brigadier general in the Pennsylvania National Guard, said that national security is something most Americans are concerned about these days.
Generally speaking, they just want to know that the country's safe. They got North Korea, you got things happening in Syria, Iran. So I think most people want to just have some sense that the world is still safe.
But none of this will be possible, according to Evans, until the president begins to unify the legislative body.
If you give him a grade about his relationship with Congress, I mean, you have to give him a fail grade because he hasn't used the bully puppet in a way of bringing people together. He has been, pitting one against the other, and I think that's been a problem.
Although they may sit on different sides of the aisle, both Evans and Perry are hopeful as they head into the chamber tonight to hear President Trump's address.
The President of the United States.
I mean, I hope he will realize the opportunity that he has and not be doing what he has done in the past, because I think that's counterproductive.
It's President Trump, so it could go just about anywhere.
Now, after the State of the Union address, Representative from Massachusetts Joe Kennedy III will give the Democratic response. It's a pretty symbolic choice by the party. He's seen as a rising Democratic star, and he's also the grandson of Bobby Kennedy and the great-nephew of President John F. Kennedy. Now, a number of Democrats have announced they will boycott the State of the Union. That includes Representative John Lewis, citing the president's recent statements on race. Others, such as Congressman Dwight Evans, announced they plan to bring a guest that represents the recent movement to shed light on sexual harassment and assault. Now, there are sure to be many memorable moments tonight that will play out across social media as the evening progresses. You can give us a follow at Temple Update and use the hashtag TUTV at SOTU to join the conversation. In Washington, for Temple Update, I'm Cassie Semyon. Kelly, back to you in the studio.